the ending has always been in front of us. Let's break down the 21 Pilots lore. The story of Blurryface, Nico, Dima, Clancy, and Torchbearer have been with us for nearly a decade, starting with the music video Heavy Dirty Soul, which was in the album Blurryface, and ending just this last Friday with the music video to City Walls in their final album concluding the lore called Breach. But here's the thing, the conclusion, it's always been right in front of us. We just weren't ready to see it. Today, I am going to walk you through the entire arc, from the oldest album all the way to Breach. We're also going to be debunking a few of the theories, like the idea that a purchase determined the ending. And I'll share why I believe the boys chose to end the story the way they did. To wrap it all up, we will discuss the Digital Remains bonus track, Drag Path, and why it might just be the reason for Bandito Camp on tour. So let's start from the beginning. The first time Clancy tricked Nico into letting him leave the city walls. It all begins in Heavy Dirty Soul music video. This is where we first learn about Clancy, a citizen of Dima, tricking Nico and escaping the city walls. He and Torchbearer create a fiery diversion, giving him just enough cover to slip away into the world of Trench. And it's in Trench where the cycle really starts. In Jumpsuit, we see Clancy lost, tired, searching for help. But Nico isn't far behind. The smear happens here. Nico's ultimate tactic of control, marking Clancy, dragging him back under his influence. But look closer. Even in this moment of despair, there's hope. When Clancy looks up, he sees Torchbearer and the Banditos. This is our first clear sign of resistance. The Banditos drop yellow flowers and petals, the one color the bishops cannot see. Yellow is protection. Yellow is defiance. Yellow is hope. The Banditos distract Nico long enough for Clancy to run, but he can't outrun Nico. He's captured again, dragged back to Dima. And that cycle, escape, hope, capture, it begins right here. Nico and the Niners picks up inside Dima. Clancy clutches a single yellow flower, placing it in a box filled with withered ones. Proof that he's been to Trench. This isn't his first time. Nico and the bishops are planning his execution, preparing his neon gravestone, using their ultimate weapon, Vialism, to control. Any attempts to escape Dima result in death. And yet, the Banditos act just in time. Under the city, there are tunnels. They rescue Clancy, they smuggle him out. Then, in Levitate, we see the Banditos bringing Clancy back to camp, teaching him their ways, teaching them how to become a Bandito. But Nico still has power, even here, around the campfire. Clancy is dragged away once again. Proof that the cycle won't let go easily. And this is how the story starts. Escapes, smears, brief victories, and constant reminders that breaking free isn't simple. It isn't permanent, and it sets up a theme that carries through everything. The fight against a cycle that always threatens to pull you back.
You come up with these ideas.
Yes, tell us.
After Trench, we hit what felt like a strange detour, the COVID singles and the Scaled and Icy era. But this wasn't filler, it was calculated. Fans first spotted the hidden phrase, SAI is propaganda, on the Christmas Saves the Year artwork. And they were right. Scaled and Icy wasn't a cheerful reset. It was a cover story. In Shy Away, Clancy performs under watch. He is not free. He is monitored. A band on stage, an unforeseen figure directing him. The citizens of Dima aren't calling for his execution anymore. Instead, the bishops have realized something. Clancy's popularity can be weaponized. If they let him live and perform, the people feel safe, controlled. The control builds until Saturday. Here, Clancy is performing for the VIPs of Dima on a submarine. Everything is staged, orchestrated. But Clancy's Bishop Keons has other plans. Using the power of vialism, Keon seizes Trash, the dragon thought to be extinct. Trash crashes through the submarine, ripping Clancy away from the bishop's grip, giving him one more chance to escape. It's one of the few times we see hope delivered through a bishop's betrayal. But the bishops retaliate. In the outside, Keons is executed for his defiance. And Clancy washes ashore on Voisoy, the island of violence. It's here that the lore deepens. Clancy enters the caves and finds the Neds. These creatures aren't just cute companions, they hold power. Their antlers can grow back when removed, and Clancy is pulled out of the cave by a single Ned, and Ned offers his antlers to Clancy. By accepting them, Clancy inherits the ability of seizing, the same power the bishops used to control. For the first time, Clancy isn't just resisting. He can fight back with their own weapon. We watch him seize Keons, proving to the bishops he can wield their power, but it comes at a cost. Because now, he isn't just the hunted, he's becoming like them. This era closes with the unease of that realization. Clancy has escaped again, but every victory seems to pull him closer to the darkness he's fighting. After Voldsoy, we get a reset. I am Clancy. Clancy admits he doesn't know if he can break the cycle. He's tried before, and it always leads back to Dima. But he can't stop. He's not sure if he can stop this time.
Welcome back to Trash.
In Overcompensate, he stands before the citizens of Dima in a venue. He's sharing his notes, journal entries, him and Torchbearer's plans. On the surface, it looks like triumph. Then comes the reveal. He collapses, and we realize he's been using the power of the Ned's antlers all along. He isn't rallying them by himself. He's seizing a glorious Gon to do the work. In navigating, Clancy continues through Trench with Torchbearer until he reaches a group of banditos and sees that Torchbearer is directly across from him. Looking to his side, he realizes that he's been on this journey by himself the entire time. This shatters his trust, not just in Torchbearer, but in himself. Navigating exposes the deepest struggle of the lore. The fight isn't just against the bishops, it's against Clancy himself. In Paladin Strait, the banditos and the bishops prepare for the ultimate battle for Clancy to defeat Nico. But the bishops are ready. They have seized vultures to spy on the banditos, and before they can even get to the city walls, they have awoken and seized the glorious Gon from their neon gravestones. Chaos erupts, the banditos versus bishops in full-scale battle, and while the fight rages, Clancy slips under the city into the tunnels and climbs the towers to confront Nico directly.
Climb the top of the tower, show yourself, I yell louder, even though I'm past the point of no return.
So few. So proud. So emotional. Hello, Clancy.
Is the beginning of the final battle. At the top of the tower, Nico smears Clancy. this is where the contract music video comes into play. And in the contract, we see inside Clancy's mind. He is surrounded by glowing eyes. Again, we're seeing multiple things of Clancy. Hints of a cycle, anyone? This is where I believe we see dark Clancy. Everything around him is dark. He's no longer trusting of Torchbearer. It's almost dark Torchbearer at this point. It's definitely a darker version of himself. Fans debated, was the contract with Nico, Torchbearer? Was it with himself? But the visuals tell us this isn't the first time. This is a cycle. We've been here before, over and over and over again. Clancy has faced Nico, and every time it ends the same. I am Torchbearer. He really believes this is the last time, and he's not going to give up. Clancy and Nico face off in a brutal fight. Flashbacks show every past failure. Heavy Dirty Soul, Levitate, Jumpsuit, and then Nico stabs Clancy. He stabs Clancy with the antlers Ned gave him. Clancy fades. He's nearly defeated. Nearly. The band's own symbol that's been with us since the beginning. And he speaks the words, "Entertain my faith." That's right. That's right. That lyric is not new. That is a callback. It first appeared in Vessel, which is technically not a part of the lore, but they brought it in anyway. Returning as the weapon to finally break Nico is not just a coincidence, by the way. That was intentional. It's also a reminder, though, that the ending has been planned since the beginning. The blast of this symbol shakes everything. It disintegrates the bishops. It blows down the door. Poor Torchbearer goes flying. We believe we've defeated Nico. But the twist follows. Clancy pulls down a curtain, wraps it around himself, and turns to face Torchbearer and the Banditos as Nova Bishop. His face is blackened from the mouth down, not as consumed as Nico's, but no longer the Clancy they knew. Torchbearer is heartbroken. He really, really thought they were going to make it this time. Nova Bishop now taking on his reign is Nico of the Niners.
What now? I really like this Clancy.
Yeah, me too. But that's not Clancy up there anymore. He's out there somewhere. And we will try again.
Again?
Always.
And that's where the story ends. Not with freedom, not with Dima's destruction, but with the cycle continuing. Smaller, though, but not broken. So why end it this way? A lot of fans were disappointed, but I believe this ending was necessary. Because the story has never been about Dima. It's been about mental health, depression, anxiety, addiction. They don't disappear. They come in cycles. Good days and bad, victories and setbacks. The band told us years ago in Vessel, in Holding On To You, Tyler saying, "Entertain my faith." Back then, it was encouragement. In City Walls, those words return. But this time, they're a weapon Clancy uses, paired with the band symbol, to defeat Nico. Faith itself became the way forward. That's not coincidence. That's full circle storytelling. They showed us the conclusion years ago. We just didn't realize it. And the proof is everywhere. The city walls showed us the cycle never ends, but it shrinks. And that's the message. Mental health battles don't vanish. But with faith, family, friends, and resilience, they lose their strength. The cycle doesn't always win. Which brings us to that purchase theory. Many people believed that fans determined the ending by buying the Dark Clancy box set. The evidence does not support it. The Breach merch symbol shows us a circle. It actually kind of looks like one of those things that you might see, like a psychiatrist is like, what do you see here? What you do see, on one way, you can see Josh handing the jacket to Tyler. But if you look at it upside down, you can see Nova Bishop trying to hand the robe to the torchbearer. And it continues. And they are next to each other. It is a cycle. Just when we thought the story was over, the band gave us one last surprise in the Digital Remains download. Drag Path. Personally, I believe that Drag Path is directly connected to the Bandito camp we're about to see on tour. Because now, it isn't just Clancy's fight. It's ours. We are the Banditos. Resisting Dima and keeping hope alive. I wouldn't be surprised if Drag Path becomes an encore, a moment where us fans symbolically fight for Clancy. Not just as watchers of the story, but as part of it. And maybe that's the real ending. Not Clancy defeating Nico once and for all, but the reminder that the fight always continues in him, in Torchbearer, and us. So what do you think? Was Nova Bishop the only possible ending? Or does Drag Path open the door to something more? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your theories. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and share it with another fan who's been following the lore since the beginning. Let me know if I missed anything or I got anything confused. I'll see you at the camp. Stay alive. And remember, always